The boys in blue. They did what they had to do today. Michigan wins 41-17. Utter domination throughout this whole game. Honestly, the scoreboard still doesn't show how dominant we were in this game. We were dominant from the word go. From the first whistle, from the moment we kicked that ball off, or they kicked the ball off, we dominated this game all the way through. Currently watching the Alabama game, Alabama-Tennessee, 28-20. Tennessee right now. Alabama's got the ball, and they just got a huge play. So, good game right here. Been watching it. But Michigan wins 41-17, dominating this whole game. First of all, let me just say, offensive line looked fantastic today. This is a Michigan... Touchdown, Alabama. This is a Penn State defense coming into this game that is 5th in the country and allowing rushing yards. Michigan ran for 418 yards rushing today. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Blake Corum, obviously, looked fantastic. Had over 100 yards rushing. Donovan Edwards also had over 100 yards rushing, almost 200 yards rushing. I think like 170 yards rushing. And J.J. McCarthy ran a little bit too. They wanted to give him the ball a little bit more, so he ran the ball a little bit more than he usually does. Absolutely fantastic job by this offensive line and running the ball. This offense was on fire today when it came to running the football. Passing, you know, we did stuff here or there. Oh, they're going for 2 here, Alabama. Well, they got it. The tie ball game. It was 28-10. Now it is tied at 28. So Michigan could pass the ball here and there. Not incredibly well. And really outside of a couple of mistakes that J.J. McCarthy made, we were able to pass the ball fairly well. Nothing crazy, you know, not crazy long plays or anything. We're not a passing team. You know, JJ, I feel like he was kind of the weak link of this offense today. Not to say that he played particularly bad. He didn't play bad by any means, but he just makes boneheaded plays. He's trying to force the ball at one time that led to that pick six. Should not have happened. JJ, I believe, I think on the day he was like 17 for 24, 145 yards, and he had that pick six. No touchdowns, but, you know, all 41 points were scored by our running backs, which is crazy. But, hey, man, what is that squeak? I hear a squeak. But JJ just made some boneheaded plays. He had one play where he was getting hit and he threw it and he got it to Ronnie Bell, but he was really lucky. It should have been picked off. And you saw it, and I think we got a first down or close to a first down on that play. And even showing Jim Harbaugh's face, he's like, ugh, like, okay, I guess, but you got lucky, but don't do that again. And then later on, he ended up making another boneheaded play, throwing a pick, led to an interception touchdown for Penn State. At this point in the game, after they got the pick six, they were up 14-13. We had a 13-0 lead. Another thing that I didn't like about this game, and I know it was a dominant win, big top 10 win, we won by 24 points. I get it. I'm really happy with this win. But I gotta point out the things we do wrong. So JJ making his stupid plays, you know, he just makes more mistakes than he should. Another thing I didn't like, red zone efficiency. We're not scoring touchdowns when we need to. We get in the red zone like 6 times. 4 of them are field goals. You know, we were up 13-0. And it should have been 21-0. You know, it should have, you know, or 27-0. We should have scored on those drives, but we weren't able to. We stalled out as soon as we got into the red zone, close to Penn State, scoring on Penn State, and they stopped us. I guess apparently that's when they decided they wanted to play defense in this game, is when they're doing stuff like that. Is when we get in there in the red zone, they wanted to stop us. They didn't stop us every time, and we always went for field goals, and Jake Moody is a reliable kicker, a very good kicker. He won Kicker of the Year last year, so I trust Jake Moody. That's not the issue. The issue is when you play big games, usually, you lose games like this when you just keep kicking field goals. I mean, 3 field goals or 4 field goals where they should have been touchdowns. I mean, we could have ran away with this game and won 60-10. But, you know, other than those things, other than the really dumb plays by J.J. McCarthy, trying to be perfect, trying to force the football, I'm sure he'll learn and he'll get better with that, but I don't know what it is about him. He just really likes to force the football sometimes, or really just tries to... I understand he's trying to make something happen, but the mistakes of a young quarterback, you know, he's got to get better about that. And obviously, wow, touchdown Tennessee. Holy crap, what a game. That was a huge pass. And they took the lead right back. What was I saying? I keep losing track of what I was saying. But yeah, other than JJ's few really dumb mistakes and red zone inefficiency on offense, defense played fantastic football once again today. Just absolutely fantastic football. Jesse Minter, I'm really, really happy about the way Jesse Minter has been coaching this team. I know he is a first-year defensive coordinator, but they're pretty much using the same defense that Mike Macdonald was using because they both coached together at the Baltimore Ravens. So they run pretty much the same scheme. Mike Macdonald went back to the Baltimore to coach the Ravens, and Jesse Minter came down to Michigan, and we're running pretty much the same defense. Mike Morris is my player of the game on defense. Absolutely fantastic. This guy is great. Defense really didn't get a whole lot of sacks or anything today, but they got a lot of pressure on Sean Clifford, and eventually their backup guy who went in, Sean Clifford, I guess, got hurt with his shoulder, and he didn't play for the rest of the game. I hope he's okay. You know, you want these teams to be at full strength, and without him, they're not at full strength, so hopefully he gets a full recovery soon. I hate to see injuries. You know, you want the best players to play. You want to beat teams at full strength, and, you know, we were going to win this game regardless, but you still, you know, you hate to see it. He's a 6th-year senior. You want him to be able to play in probably his last season at Penn State. Yeah, other than those mistakes, Michigan played really good football. Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards were just that 1-2 punch. I mean, they just could not be stopped. This offensive line opened up hole after hole after hole. I mean, just crazy how easily we were able to run the football in this game. So really happy with the way we played there. Passed the ball a little bit, passed it when we needed to, you know. We were able to convert on 2nd and long, 3rd and long, even first downs. We got some decent plays. We can pass the ball. I just feel like we're not really using our full potential. Last week, JJ threw for over 300 yards against Indiana. Nowhere near that today, but Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards, I'm really glad Donovan Edwards is back. I knew this guy from last year. I think every Michigan fan collectively knew that this guy is going to be a star if he can stay away from injuring himself, of course. You know, I feel like he's been injured most of his career there, but if he can stay away from injuries, this guy is going to be great. He can be a true star and can really take over for Blake Corum once he's gone. Blake Corum, man, continues to impress me every single week. The guy is just tough. He's speedy. He's got the moves. Blake Corum is great. One of the best running backs I've seen in Michigan history, without a doubt. And probably the only running back I've seen in Michigan history, or at least since I've started watching Michigan football, how long ago? 13, 14 years ago. That first running back where they're even, like, have him in the Heisman conversation. Now, I know he's not going to win a Heisman Trophy, unfortunately. It's probably going to go to C.J. Stroud. I get it. It's a quarterback's competition, seems like most years, so they're probably going to give it to him anyway because, honestly, he has looked the best this year. But Corum, the fact that Corum is even in the conversation is great. You know, we had Aiden Hutchinson last year. And, man, imagine we did have Aiden Hutchinson and David Ojabo back, how much more dangerous this defense would be. The fact that we lost so many pieces on our defense from last year, and we've come back and we've looked really good so far. You know, we still haven't played Ohio State. We still haven't played, you know, we got to play Illinois later this year, which every week is starting to look like more of a dangerous game to me. They beat Minnesota today pretty handedly. So we'll talk about that later tonight, or I'll make the video on it tonight. You guys will probably see it later in the week. I know I didn't upload my Big Ten reaction video for last week. Just never got around to... I made the video, but I never got around to uploading it. So I got to be better about remembering to upload these videos. Life gets in the way and I forget. But I had the video filmed. I talked for probably like 40 minutes and I never got around to filming that video. Another long pass for Bama. That's got to be pass interference, right? Or not? Nope. Okay. So yeah, that's the way I felt about Michigan. Great top 10 win right here. We finally, now we can start, you know, we don't have to have people telling me that, you know, when I go to work or when I go into public, oh, Michigan, who have they played? I can't stand that anyway. Who have they played? Who have they played? They haven't played anybody. They haven't played one ranked team. We just beat a top 10 Penn State team by 24 points. So if that's not playing anybody, then that's just your obvious hatred of Michigan coming out. I know you hate them, but give us our credit, would you? So, yep, Michigan wins. Huge win. We're on a bye week next week, so we can rest up. JJ can work on his deep ball. Offense, defense, you know, special teams, all of them can rest up. You know, obviously, big game the following week. We got to play Michigan State at home. So that'll be a big game for us on October 22nd, I believe, is the game. But Michigan 7-0, looking really good. Best game we've looked all season long. Thanks for coming, Penn State. See you guys later.